Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and in today's video, I want to talk about some Bitcoin news. And I want to go ahead and start with the recent release of Coinbase's annual report. Now, Coinbase, being a publicly traded company, is required to put out these annual reports to the SEC, and we can get some really fantastic information by digging through their annual reports. And so what we have here is the trading volume listed by Coinbase, and they list this by both consumer and institutional as well. And so from 2021 to 2022, we actually see a huge decrease in the amount of trading volume in billions that Coinbase has gone through. In fact, it's a 50% decline in total trading volume right now, going from 1,671 to 830, and these are in billions, by the way. Now, if we actually look at the crypto asset itself, what we're looking at here is an increase in Bitcoin. Not a big surprise there, considering it is a bear market. However, when we actually take a look at Ethereum, we can see that Ethereum has actually gone up by about 19% here. And so I think that's probably the biggest surprise here, because normally in a bear market, you'd see Bitcoin going up and then you'd see the other altcoins retreating a bit. But instead, what we're starting to see is Ethereum kind of establish its position as a firm number two, and some traders actually looking at Ethereum as a potential safe space for their money, or safe haven for their money. Now, one other thing you can see here is that crypto assets, the other crypto assets, aka the other altcoins that are not Ethereum, these have actually gone down pretty dramatically. We can see here it went from about 55% to about 45%, and it looks like investors used or bought and sold more Bitcoin and Ethereum as opposed to these other crypto assets. Now, if we can actually take a look at the transaction revenue by crypto assets, again, Bitcoin has gone up dramatically, Ethereum has gone up a little bit, and then all other crypto assets have decreased fairly significantly from 2021 to 2022. Now, if we go down here a little ways, we can also see the net revenue by Coinbase itself has gone down dramatically over the last year or so. Now, going lower, we can actually see the revenue from Coinbase. Now, the revenue went from 7.3 billion to 3.1 billion, a pretty large decrease here. And if we go down to the net income, we can see that it went from 3.6 billion, that's a positive, to 2.6 billion, losing 2.6 billion because it's in parentheses here. And so they've lost a pretty dramatic amount of money in 2022, over $2.6 billion on the bottom line here. And when these earnings were released, Coinbase stock took a fairly sizable hit. Right now, it's down 5.37% over 5 days. Now, somebody who's been buying Coinbase stock, though, has been Cathie Woods. If we go and take a look at Cathie's ARK here, which is the site I use to track the ARK Invest's total ETF portfolio, we can see here that on the 13th that they were buying Coinbase fairly heavily. If we zoom into the 22nd, which was yesterday, by this case, they bought 181,000 shares of Coinbase as Coinbase stock plunged dramatically. And we can see here the spots where Cathie Wood has actually bought Coinbase compared to the price down here. So you can see as the price kind of fell from about $81 all the way down here to about $56, they definitely went and purchased a fairly large amount of Coinbase in several different ETFs, ARK-K, ARK-W. And so Cathie Wood has been taking this opportunity to buy the dip on Coinbase. Now, the other one I want to look at is Block. Okay, Block, formerly known as Square. So Block has a pretty significant amount of Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Now, first thing I want to show you here is their investment in Bitcoin, which currently, as it stands, is about $100 million, which is down from last year of about $149 million. If we go down and we take a look at the approximate number of Bitcoin that they hold for their customers, we can see that went up a little bit compared to where it was in 2021. But then we go ahead and we take a look at the Bitcoin held for trading partners. That's down significantly. And that kind of equalizes out to overall a gain of the amount of Bitcoin they're holding for other parties. And I think that this is really important to point out because this bear market has been so intense and has just destroyed so much wealth and so much faith in the crypto markets that it's actually pretty impressive that Square, or Block in this case, has actually increased the amount of Bitcoin held for their partners and their customers. They also have down here listed the liabilities related to Bitcoin held and their safeguarding assets as well. So that's just the most important takeaway that I've got here from Block. The fact that they continued to hold a fairly significant amount of Bitcoin, over 25,000, almost 26,000 Bitcoin, is fairly impressive. Now, the next thing I want to talk about has been kind of the buzz of the Bitcoin world, and that is the rise of Bitcoin ordinals. And so what we have here right now is a thread that was done by Casey Radamar, and he's talking about the introduction of inscriptions, or they call them Bitcoin ordinals. And so the whole point of inscriptions here is, he says, inscriptions are made on sats, which are tracked and transferred using ordinal theory, which gives sats individual identities and allows them to be tracked and transferred across transactions. Or it includes a wallet that can make or send inscriptions, and a block explorer, a public instance of which is at ordinals.com, which can be used to explore existing inscriptions. Okay, so what this means in practice is it's kind of like Bitcoin NFTs in a way. In fact, if you go and you click on this ordinals.com, we can see kind of a latest list of inscriptions that have been made on the Bitcoin blockchain itself, and see there's some of the examples here. You can go ahead and select more, and you can see that this is actually really impressive. The fact that they're inscribing these JPEGs here and these NFTs onto the exchange themselves. We can go ahead and click on the blocks individually, and you can see there's your hash and timestamp and then the size, and it gives you an idea of what the actual transactions look like. But the fact that people are now able to kind of do NFTs here on the Bitcoin blockchain is pretty wild. And I think that that's also had a pretty big impact on the Bitcoin price. That's probably one of the reasons why we've seen such a big jump in the Bitcoin price. This kind of came out in January and has been making the rounds around the social media and around the circles of people who are crypto enthusiasts. And the fact that you're able to do NFTs on Bitcoin right now, that is a major use case addition for Bitcoin. So some pretty crazy things going on in the Bitcoin space right now. And that's all I've got for you guys today. So let me know if you guys like this kind of content. If you guys are interested in ordinals or inscriptions, let me know. I'm definitely interested in hearing about that. This might be something I'll get into and I'll look into some more myself. I've dabbled a little bit with NFTs in the past, but I think that it's a really interesting use case for now. All right, that's all I've got for you guys today. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video.